Hey guys, what's going on? This is ProMod Sin, and I'm bringing you a game of Drop Zone on Dome. I get 71 kills, and I think like 18 deaths or something like that, but I'm going to kind of make this commentary about the gameplay a little bit. If I kind of run out of stuff to talk about, because this is a really long gameplay, at least for me, to I want to say around 8.5 minutes long. So I'll try to stick with the gameplay as much as I can, but if I run out of stuff to talk about, might just ramble on, so I apologize in advance for that. Basically, the way I like to play Drop Zone, especially on Dome, is I like to more so control the spawns and let my teammates go on the Drop Zone, especially when I'm playing in a party like I am here. I'm playing with I think it might be a full party, I don't remember, to be completely honest. I know I'm playing with a few people from ProMods. That's usually when I play Drop Zone. This gameplay is kind of old because we don't really play Drop Zone too much anymore because of a lot of the times it's just snipers left and right trying to go for clips and stuff. But the way I like to play Drop Zone is, like I said, I like to control the spawns. So I like to more so cut off the enemy team from getting to the Drop Zone so that we can hold it for as long as we want. And usually when I do this, we hold the Drop Zone quite a bit. I mean, there are some times where we get into maybe a full party versus our full party, and it's a little more difficult to do that. But I don't really like just sitting on the Drop Zone. And if we have all 6 of us just sitting on the Drop Zone, it's too easy for them to just come and throw a nade or just come with like an RPG or something and get a bunch and just kill us all off. So I like to kind of play a little bit more aggressive and kind of defensive at the same time. But basically, learning the spawns in Drop Zone, I don't know, it was kind of harder for me because I played a lot of Domination, and the Domination spawns are a lot easier to learn because it's usually 1 or 2, maybe 3, depending on the size of the map, spots. If you have 2 flags and they only have 1, so it's a lot easier to kind of predict where they're going to be spawning. And then with Team Deathmatch and Kill Confirmed, they spawn the direct opposite of where your teammates are. So, for example, if you're the top left part of the screen, if your team's the top left part of the screen, they're going to most likely, I would say probably 90, maybe even 95% of the time, be spawning the bottom right. So, Drop Zone, it seems like they try to spawn everyone somewhat close to the Drop Zone, the objective area, which is a little crazy on Dome because it's so small that the options are a lot, there's a lot more options for people to spawn at. But it seems like when we have this Drop Zone here, it seems like they want to spawn either inside the building or down below in the bunkers. So that's just an example. I find it's a lot easier to control their spawn when they spawn up top inside the building, because when they spawn down below, it seems like it's actually, maybe it's just me, but it seems like it's harder to actually get the kills looking down that long staircase on the very right hand side if you're looking towards their spawn. That's where I usually like to be, but it seems like it's harder to get those kills because it's easier for them to see you than it is for you to see them because it's so dark down there and stuff like that. So I like to try to push into there a little bit, maybe throw a portable radar down there just to cover my back, because I'm trying to push them up into the building, into their spawn, into that top spawn. So I throw the portable radar down to catch if I maybe push into the building too much or something like that, and they spawn back down below. I guess I don't know, kill whoring, I don't know if it's more or less frowned upon in Drop Zone, because I guess it wouldn't really be any different than any other objective game type. Just for if I'm playing Drop Zone by myself, I don't play nearly as aggressive and kill whorish because I can't really rely on my random teammates to stay in the Drop Zone, so I'll play a lot closer to the Drop Zone, and I'll usually, especially if I'm playing by myself, I'll use a portable radar and throw it out there towards where I think they would be spawning, and if I see anyone, then I'll come out of the Drop Zone and go kill them, clear out the area, wait for it to be safe, and then go back to the Drop Zone and pick up a few more points. And usually I don't get nearly as many kills, and the games are a lot closer. But that's basically everything I wanted to really say about playing Drop Zone. So I'll go ahead and go to my little notebook here where I have some ideas of stuff I want to talk about in commentaries. And let me see, what is something that would be interesting to talk about that could relate to Drop Zone, or at least to this gameplay. I guess it doesn't really have to stay to the gameplay. Maybe I could talk a little bit about getting in the zone for when you want to play Call of Duty, or I guess this would apply for pretty much any first-person shooter or any like competitive online gaming. There's a few things that really help before you even turn on your Xbox to be able to basically perform the best. One thing is to make sure you get plenty of sleep. If you're trying to, game for, on top of your game, the best you can do, if you're trying to do that with maybe 2 or 3 hours of sleep, you're probably not going to be able to do it very well. So I would suggest, getting it, some people only need 4 or 5 hours of sleep, some people need 10 or 12. Whatever works for you, just make sure you get enough sleep that you're not feeling, groggy all day long, especially while you're trying to game. Something else to really take a look at is the right part of the day. If your internet really sucks at, let's say, 6 o'clock at night, don't play at 6 o'clock at night. Play, I usually find that during the day is the best time for me, not really because my internet really sucks during the day, because there's a lot of people with Comcast internet, which is what I have on my block and in my area, so there's a lot of people trying to access the internet at the same time. And so what I find actually for internet-wise, my best time to play is like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and there's like nobody else on in my neighborhood. So, it's things like that you have to keep in mind. Internet, like during the night, it seems like there's a lot of people that come on and will camp with Blind Eye Assassin and play like really like bitchy, basically. So you want to try to keep that in mind when you're picking a time to play, and try to stay consistent with both your sleep pattern and what time of the day you're trying to play. Also, make sure you eat before you play, like maybe 20 minutes before, because if you're hungry while you're playing, there's that little bit of distraction and you're not on top of your game because your body doesn't have the energy to keep your focus that well. So I'm going to try to finish these up real quick before the gameplay runs out. Make sure you stay relaxed. That's a really big thing, especially on those Moab streaks or on those high kill games where you're trying to get your kill streaks a lot. Staying relaxed will really help with that. It's kind of hard to do so, but if you guys want some tips on staying relaxed, I can do another video on that. Reduce your outside noise, because that really helps with sound whoring and to keep the distraction, like the outside distractions, to a minimum. Turn off your fan if you can, stuff like that. Install the game to your hard drive is a big one, because sometimes like your disk drive might mess up or something like that, and that also helps cut down on the noise. If you guys want to hear me talk more about this or any of those subjects in particular, like go into more detail, let me know. The gameplay is over, 71-18. Not the best kill-death ratio, but it was a good game. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Bye.